Dear friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to take a look at one machine on the Van Hub, which is my Tomcat host. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can play around the machine yourself. The first and also very important point I'd like to raise here is you cannot start the journey of pen testing immediately after you import the machine into the VirtualBox. Although, for example, you can use browser to access the web application and the web page looks very normal. However, some functions cannot work properly. Actually, we need to wait for example, maybe 3 or 5 minutes. So all surface which is running at the background can be started up. I think this is very important. Otherwise, you cannot do this machine successfully. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to the Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. So as you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 135. So what are we going to do next? We need to do the map scanning. And to save time of this video, I've already done that earlier. So for now, we just get out its result. So here, you can see over here, I use the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -P- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. Although the IP address of the target had been changed from the first time when I did the machine. So from the Nmap scanning, we can tell that the target has 2 open port numbers. The first one is 22, which is also running SSH service or secure shell service, and the version information, including the version number. I think this version is very old, so we can use such a sprite open SSH to see whether we can find the exploit for this vulnerability. For this service, for this particular service. I don't think we can find such exploit. So what are we going to do next? We need to do the emulation with the web application running on the top port number 8080, both manually and automatically. Let's fire up our browser to do the manual emulation first. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Please specify the port number. And as you can see, this is the default Apache Tomcat, and also the version information. I think we have already done similar machines, and I think the Metasploit has one module which can emulate the credentials for the manager app, and I think you can check it out. Maybe I will add the link into the description section below as well. We can emulate the credentials for this manager app. If we can, then we can upload the WAV file. This is some sort of the GSP application or payload, and then we can get the initial for the host. So before we try that, I'd like to check whether we can find anything useful from the source code. Okay. Nothing there. And also we need to check whether this site has robots file. Okay, so not found. And next we can check with Nikto. Nikto to do the automatic emulation. Press enter. And so Nikto can give us some information about this web application from various aspects, for example, like some common files or directories, and also some, some header request, header information. But I don't think we can find anything useful from Nikto. To save time, I'd like to stop here. So next we can launch GoBuster to do the automatic enumeration, and to do the directory enumeration, to be specifically. And as you can see, the GoBuster can discover some files or directories like docs, examples, but I think also can find the manager. I think this is what we are going to do, or we are going to enumerate. So far we cannot find anything exciting, right? So how to do? Just mentioned. Maybe we can launch Metasploit console to see whether we can crack the credentials for the manager app of the target. Okay, and it's loading, and then we can search, because I cannot remember the exact module name. So we can search Tomcat, and we can use, I think this one, the manager login is what I want. So we can copy this absolute path of the module, and then we can show options. I think the only field which is required to configure is remote host, and we can set it to the target. And the remote port number, we can leave it as it is, the default value. Okay, so also the target URI we do not need to change. So next we can run to see whether we can crack the password for the, for this manager app. And if we can, and then we can log in with this credential. It's done, and we can scroll up. As you can see, we found the, the credentials, which is very simple one, Tomcat and Tomcat. So then we can click Manager App, and we can provide the Tomcat as username, and also password is Tomcat. Sign in, and we are logged in to this Manager App. This is the Tomcat web application manager. And then we can scroll down, and we can select this one. We can go to the WAR file to deploy. This is some sort of the GSP file. So to, in order to proceed, first of all, we need to create the payload. And the payload format should be WAR or GSP. And I think I'd like to exit from the Metasploit console, because I cannot remember the exact payload name. So how to do? We can use MSF-Venom, and we can use the list payload, because MSF-Venom can support so many payloads. So we can use the grep command, and we'll filter, can filter out the, the payloads which corresponds to GSP. Okay, so now we can press enter, and then the payload should be created. Oh, sorry, we just select or choose the appropriate payload. And I think I can use this one. This is reverse TCP. So then we can use MS-Venom, and with the P option, and we can copy. And then, maybe I can auto-complete this command. So I use the L host to specify the local host. This case should be the Kali Linux, and also local port number to be listened on. And the format is WAR, and we can save into this file. We can press enter. And then we can set up the listener on the Kali Linux, wait for the collection from the target. And now we can go back to the browser, and we can deploy this application or this payload. We can navigate to the working directory. Okay, so now we can deploy. Now that the exploit, the payload has been successfully uploaded or deployed, then we can click, and then I think we can get the collection from the target, which is so wonderful. And we want to spawn the interactive shell by import pty module, pty spawn bin bash. Okay, so next we need to do some local immersion. For example, we can go to the home directory, but no normal users there. And also we can check the architecture. This is a very old kernel. So I think we can find the exploit for this kernel, but in this video, I will not take this way to, escalate our privilege. So we can go ahead with the local immersion. For example, we can check the sudo. Actually, we can run this Java, and the Java we do not need to supply the password of the root user. So then I think we can use the Java to elevate our privilege to root user. And next we need to, Java, we can use the Java to run or execute the application or the program, right? So again, we need to use the MSF Vellum to create the payload for the Java, and the format should be the jar. Okay, so now we can open up another tab and make the font to be bigger. So then we can use, again, I cannot remember the exact payload name, so we can use the same technique to find the Java relating payload, and press enter, and then we can choose appropriate or suitable payload. Okay, MSF Vellum and P, and we can use, so which one? I think this one, or maybe this one. We can copy and paste over here, and I'd like to autocomplete this command. Similarly, we need to specify the local host to be, to be the listener, and also local port number to be listened on. And the format should be the jar, and this jar should be executed or interpreted by the Java. Okay, Java binary, and we can press enter. So next we need to upload this payload to the target, and this would be very easy. We can set up the web server on the Kali Linux and press enter. So now we can pull up the target shell. We can use the wget to upload. Exploit jar permission denied. Maybe we can navigate to temp directory and copy this command and run it again. Oh, sorry, what I'm doing. We can copy and paste over here, and we need to change the mode or make it executable. Exploit jar, and then we can use sudo java, and the option is jar, and exploit. Before we run it, we need to set up the listener, another listener. Sudo, press enter, and now we can go back to this shell. We press enter, and now we can get the shell, and we can run ID. As you can see, it belongs to root user, and we can spawn the interactive shell, and we can go to the root directory to grab the final flag. We can cat out. Okay, so that's all I'd like to do in this video. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye. Have a nice day, please.